Anxiety dreams, dreams about bugs, dreams about all kinds of things right now. It's one of the hottest topics on the internet. Hi, I'm Linda, and I'm a retired psychologist, marriage and family therapist, and I've been working with dreams for the last 40 years. I help people figure out what their dreams mean.
Cool.
I don't interpret them, but I help them figure out what they are for them. I teach dream classes, usually a couple times a year, and I just love it. I would really encourage people to use, if you're having dreams, to use some of this time to understand more about what they mean for you.
I mean, people are learning all kinds of hobbies. Why not take some time to think about your dreams a little bit?
Dreams are, if you can imagine, an iceberg, and our conscious mind is the tip of the iceberg, and the unconscious is what's underneath the water. Dreams are like these little messages that come from underneath the water, and they come up into our consciousness, and if we remember them, we then can understand them and use them and enlarge the portion of the iceberg that's on the top of the water. So they're very, very important.
So why do you think we're all having more vivid dreams or weirder dreams, crazier dreams right now?
Part of it is, I think, that people are actually having time to remember their dreams. It's not that some people are necessarily dreaming more than, it's just that we're remembering them more. I don't know about you, but usually in the morning when I wake up, if I have a lot to do, my first thought is, what day is it and what do I have to do today? But now more people are kind of, relaxing in bed a little bit longer, and they have time to think back to what was it I was dreaming? What was that about? In our brains, I call it the dream producer. There's a part of our brain that kind of chooses what images to bring into our dreams. And so when there's something going on like this COVID thing, that's like so pervasive in our culture, it's hard to avoid. And so those are the images that are coming into people's dreams. Bugs are a thing that people are dreaming about. Bugs are definitely a thing. Well, that makes some sense. But just because you're having a dream about a bug, it doesn't mean that is the same symbol for somebody else who might be dreaming about a bug. For example, let's talk about a dog. If somebody grew up with a horrible dog attack in their childhood and has always been afraid of dogs, if they have that image in their dreams, it's going to be very different than somebody who grew up with a lot of little puppies like I did, wonderful cuddly dog.
Kind of have to apply each dream to your own life and what's happening with you.
Exactly.
I also keep hearing from people that a lot of people right now are having dreams where they see other people from their past lives, like people you haven't seen in years, but you went to high school with them or you grew up with them as kids and you haven't seen them in forever, but now they're randomly appearing in their dreams.
We also have dreams of wanting things. And I think that when we're isolated, we want to see people. We want to connect with people. And so that's another wonderful thing that we can do in our dreams. Yeah, we want to connect. We want to connect with others. So our brains are helping us out in a way. They're helping us remember that we have these connections with people.
What are some other dream themes that you've been hearing from people?
Well, a lot of anxiety dreams. That's what I would kind of classify them as. I read about this great dream. This woman was supposed to get married, and instead she was just wrapped in toilet paper. She didn't have her dress. It was just
wow.
She was just wrapped in toilet paper. I love that one.
That definitely makes sense that the toilet paper would combine with the wedding in her brain, and wow.
All of those symbols are unique and to the individual that's having the dream. It's about what is going on in your life or what's going on in the dreamer's life. I mean, it's a wonderful thing in a way right now that people are having these dreams. And what I tell people to do is, because dreams are transitory, they go away. So I tell people to, as much as possible, write them down. And sometimes if you just start somewhere, maybe you just remember a little part of a dream and you start writing that down, the rest of the dream will come. The other thing sometimes people will paint their dreams. Sometimes just working with the imagery, you get these ahas from the imagery, and you can say, I get it. This is about da-da-da-da-da in my life, whatever that is. The more you immerse yourself in it, the more you learn. Find someone that you can talk to and share dreams with, because just by sharing them, you can learn a lot. And hearing yourself voice the dream, and sometimes just by by reading it back to somebody, you'll learn something.
What advice would you have for people listening to the other person's dream?
Do not try and interpret their dream for them. I think asking questions of the dreamer, like, well, does that remind you of anything in your life? Or, that kind of thing is a good idea, but don't interpret it. Just listen. You can ask people how they were feeling in that dream. Mm-hmm. How did that make you feel? It's a unique thing, and we all have unique reactions and unique circumstances to dealing with this crisis that we're in right now. And so those unique aspects are going to come out in our dreams. I personally don't believe there's such a thing as a bad dream, because the dream gives you information. When we think about dreams that way, we can really learn so much more and not want to run away from them. Dreams are too precious. They're amazing. They're wonderful and amazing guides to who we really are.